Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I am Anaam. Today I want to discuss about something very, very important, which is your inner dialogue. Sorcerers call it the average man's description of consensus reality. Toltec warriors, Toltec sorcerers painstakingly develop their own description of reality, which is apart from consensus reality, and sorcerers achieve this by taking control of their inner dialogue. Now, in the average man's world, everyone's inner dialogue is uncontrolled, rampant, feral, completely no way to guide it or order it in any way. Order as in put it in order. And so you have people just crumbling under the weight, the incessant, relentless onslaught of their inner dialogue, gone completely crazy. And it's increasing as time goes by and this civilization called modern consensus reality crumbles. In front of our eyes it crumbles. And the Great Divide, I did a video on the Great Divide, I urge you to go and watch it. The Great Divide between the Matrix NPCs and those who are taking the leap and allying themselves with nature, the organic force. That chasm is increasing day by day. And it all boils down to your inner dialogue. That's where the starting point is. Now, here's the thing. The average man thinks that this relentless content that the inner dialogue spews out 24/7 in their heads is 1,000,001 things. So many images, so much jumping around, different contents, this, that, all the rest of it. I will tell you that the inner dialogue, which is, I call it the machine mind, because once you start observing it, it'll take you a year or two to really observe that your inner dialogue behaves exactly like the mind of a machine. Your inner dialogue is not natural to you. Constantly describing your moments and the activities therein is not natural to you. It was relentlessly and painstakingly installed in you in your formative years by an amazing system called Western education. Now, this machine mind of yours, this inner dialogue, is a one-trick pony. It may seem like, oh, it's too much, I can't deal with it, so many voices in my head, so much going on in my head feels so busy, this, that, all the rest of it. And it's relentless, never stops. It's a one-trick pony. It relies on this one trick that it has practiced on you and on billions of others since time untold. This one trick that it scams everyone with, and I'm going to tell you that it is easy, well, maybe not easy, but it is simple to start stepping out of the cult of the machine mind. You could also call it the cult of words. What is this one trick that your machine mind relies on? this one trick is that the machine mind convinces you every time, every single time. It's very good at it. It convinces you that whatever it is telling you, its descriptions of your experience of reality is true. Now, just a moment's investigation will reveal that it is never true. Your machine mind's incessant description of reality, which it convinces you that is actually real, it is describing accurate things. A little bit of investigation and it is completely revealed as the naked emperor, the emperor without clothes. No basis to believe that what it is telling you constantly is actually true, because it isn't. He looked at me funny, that must mean, and then 5 minutes of scratching the itch. And all those 5 minutes you're convinced that all of that is actually true. It's real. It's not. It never is. Secondly, in this one trick, the machine mind, the second stage of this one trick is to get you to take it seriously. Take me seriously, because what I'm telling you is real. That's the one trick pony. Once you start observing your machine mind, you will quickly realize that it behaves exactly like a machine's mind, the mind of a machine, and that it cannot create. It is not creative, it is scriptive. It is not descriptive, it is scriptive. Very, very big difference. Your awareness is descriptive. Your machine mind is scriptive. It works to scripts that were forcibly installed in you by fools from the moment you were born, really. But it escalated when you were sent to indoctrination camps in the cult of words. These things are called schools all over the world. And you were taught to be very proud. The more successful subscriptions you have in the cult of words, the more you are patted on the back. You are rewarded by approval from blind fools that surrounded you. And so you got brainwashed deeply. You'll be surprised how deep the cult of words goes into the individual's mind. And this false mind, unnatural mind, the mind of the matrix that is given to you, relies on one trick as I've described to you. So now you must make two assumptions that will help you throughout life. You must make these assumptions if you value yourself and your life experience going forward. First assumption, nothing that your machine mind tells you, describes to you, is actually true. And here's the thing, the falser it is, the less true it is, the more true it will feel, it will make you feel that no, this is really true. It'll really go out of its way to sell you. The more lying, the more falsehood there is, the more it'll try hard to sell it to you as the truth, reality. That is the nature of the matrix. The machine mind inverts, perverts, depresses. These are its machinations. And you fall for the scam that it is actually, all of it's real. So that assumption has to happen. None of this is real. What I refuse to believe it as reality. I choose to check it out for myself. I choose to look for life evidence instead. Boss looked funny at me today. Maybe the promotion is not gonna happen. Yeah, you don't know. Go and ask the boss. Hey boss, you looked funny at me today. Do you think my promotion is in jeopardy? Ask them. Got the guts to verify your reality? Ask it. Don't believe this bullshit. What do you get out of it? Nothing, except you get scammed every single time. Every single time. That assumption will help you to break out of the cult of words. Second assumption. It is not to be taken seriously. Imagine what would happen if you stopped taking the contents of your mind seriously. What would happen? Yeah, what is your face doing right now? Notice. It's broken out into a smile. It's the smile of someone who has finally seen through the game. It's like you went to a wildly popularized, trending, all the things, advertising everywhere, this incredible Shakespearean play played by the best actors in the world, and the tickets are priced really high and everything. And you're like, okay, yeah, I've got to see this play and it's amazing. All that marketing and advertising. You go in there, you sit down, and you start seeing that this is not Shakespeare at all. This is some cheap pantomime. What was all that marketing for? To convince me that it's something that it isn't. It's a cheap pantomime. These actors are rubbish. They can't even remember their lines. And they cannot improvise. They're just scripting their words out they can't act at all. There's nothing about this play that is convincing. This is not Shakespeare. This is some strange, weird script that they believe is Shakespeare. Perhaps everyone else believes it's Shakespeare, but you can see through it. Then what will happen? You will find it hilarious, won't you? Eventually you will look around, you'll go, what the hell? This is hilarious. You won't be able to be offended at that play for very long because it's so hilarious to watch. It's so bad that it's funny. I'm telling you, your machine mind, if you would but take a few years to observe it, as relentlessly as it talks to you, observe it just as relentlessly. It is possible to observe your mind in your sleep. Did you know that? But that is a very advanced level of awareness. Start by observing your machine mind constantly. Don't get microscopic with it. Observe in a detached way. Don't start navel gazing. Go about your business every day and see what happens. Nothing it's describing to you is near reality. It's just a cheap version, right? It's a cheap photo shot of reality. Secondly, refuse to take it seriously. Refuse, always and ever. There is not a single instance in your life, I promise you, you can feel safe in trusting this. There never was, there never is, and there never will be. Verify this for yourself. A single moment in your life or in anyone's life when you will need to take the contents of your machine mind seriously. Not a single moment. Can you believe that? But that's what it is. And it pulls this scam on you every time. It's the same one-trick pony. Get you to believe that what it's saying is real, and then get you to take it very seriously because your life may depend upon it. I want you to see through the scam and never again fall for it. Well, this will automatically get you to exercise the muscles of your awareness. And it will gradually step you right out of the cult of words and put you on the path to true personal power. There is part 2 of this video where I will tell you about the two things in practical life that you need to do to gain mastery over your inner dialogue. And you better work to gain mastery over your inner dialogue, because your entire life experience depends upon it. So watch out for the next video, part 2 of this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. If you have any real life examples of what I'm talking about, put them in the comments. It'd be lovely to know. I will see you in the next video. Walk in freedom. Farewell.